Now we come to the topic present continuous tense. Present continuous tense is also known as present progressive tense. We will learn how to form present continuous tense and when to use this sentence. When we talk about present, then there are two basic tenses, and these are present simple and present continuous. Present perfect and present perfect continuous are the advanced versions of the present tense. So now we will again come to the main topic, when to use this present continuous tense. It is used to describe an action that is in continuing or in progress at the present moment, or changes taking place right now, things, events happening these days. That is, action is continuing and has not finished. So we will see the examples of each of these happening now. It is raining outside. I am drinking tea right now. These are the happenings which are happening now. Temporary. We are staying at a hotel. We are staying at a hotel for a few days and we will go back to our own house. This is for temporary purpose. So whenever we talk about an action which is temporary, we use present continuous tense. When we talk about permanent feature, then we use simple present. For example, we live in New Delhi. We also use this tense for the purpose of trend. The prices of petrol are increasing. She is becoming popular. Form. How this sentence is formed. In this case, first comes subject, then we use is or am or are as per the subject. What the subject is. For example, if the subject is I, we will use am. In the case of third person singular, we will use is. And in the case of you, we or they, we will use are. Then the verb, that is V1, verb in its base form plus ing plus object. This is the formation of the present continuous tense. These are some examples on the same pattern. As already told, I am. Cook is the verb in the first form, basic form. Then ing has been added and it is the object. In the same way, when the subject is we, you, or they, or the persons are more than one, then we are using are. We are, you are, they are, my friends are, and the rest of the sentence will remain the same, cooking food. However, when the subject is he, she, or it, third person singular, we will use is, and then the rest of the sentence will remain the same. He is working, he is cooking food, she is cooking food, it is working. In the case of third person singular, that is he, she, it, is used, and in the case of third person plural, that is they, we use are. Present continuous tense, we will discuss first positive sentence. I am eating pizza. This is the subject. This is am, are. We have to choose any of these. Then this is the verb. Then ing has been added and this is the object pizza. I am eating pizza. You are eating pizza. He is eating pizza. And in the negative formation, we just add only not here. In the case of negative sentence, I am not eating pizza. You are not eating pizza. He is not eating pizza. As you will say, same formation of positive sentence remains in the negative. Only not has been added here in between is, am, are and the verb. In the case of interrogative sentence, this is, am, are comes at the first start of the sentence, and you will see, am I eating pizza? And then you will also add interrogation at the end of the sentence. Are you eating pizza? Is he eating pizza? Only the difference is that this is, am, are has been taken at the start of the sentence, and it will make the sentence interrogative. Contractions. We also use contractions in the case of present continuous tense. I am becomes I am. He is, she is, it is becomes he is, she is, it's. And we are, you are, they are becomes where, you are, there. In the case of negative sentences, contractions, I am not becomes I am not. He is not, she is not, it is not becomes isn't, she is not, it is not. Or it may be written as isn't, she isn't, it isn't. And in the same way, in the case of we are not, you are not, and they are not, we have the contractions there. Please note, these contractions are normally used in verbal communication. That is, we are not to use it when we are writing to someone in a formal way, that is business communication letter, or in academic writings. We normally use it when we are speaking to someone. Adding ing. So we will see how we add ing to the base form of the verb. That is how v plus ing results into what it becomes. When you write verbs in the present continuous and past continuous tenses, you are using the ending ing. Here are some rules to help you add ing. First rule, verbs ending in a silent, not pronounced E. For example, use. Here E is not being pronounced. Smile, E is not pronounced. Make, E is silent. So in this case, E is dropped. That is, this E is being dropped, and then we add ing. Use becomes using, smile becomes smiling, make becomes making, and we drop E in all these verbs and simply add ing. Then the second rule is verbs ending in CVC pattern, except X and W, double the last letter and add ing. What is CVC pattern? C represents consonants, V represents vowel. What are the vowels? As you know, vowels are A, E, I, O, U. All the other alphabets of ABC are the consonants. However, there may be some exceptions. Example of this are sit. We double the last letter. In the case of sit, we add T. In the case of run, we add N plus ing. In the case of clap, we again double P and plus ing. However, as already told, there may be certain exceptions where the last word is not doubled. For example, opening, visiting, happening. You have to remember the same. Then the third rule is verbs ending in IE. For example, lie, die. In the case of that verbs, we have to drop IE. That is, this IE has to be dropped, and we have to add Y plus ing. That is, lie becomes lying, tie becomes tying. You must remember that in most of the verbs, we do not have to do anything, but just add ing. For example, eat becomes eating. We have simply added ing. Send becomes sending. Walk becomes walking. Common mistakes which we normally do while forming or writing present continuous tense. I am living in India. I am working at XYZ company. Here you will see when I am living in India, it is a permanent feature. When I am working at a company, I am not likely to leave the job immediately. I am likely to continue the same. So this is the permanent feature. When a person lives or works is more or less permanent. They do not change their residence or the place of work every day or every week or every month. So when we talk about permanent feature, we have to use present simple tense. So these sentences are wrong. Instead, here we should use present simple tense and we should write these sentences as I live in India. I work at XYZ company. We always use present continuous tense when we talk about some temporary action that is going on at present and may be discontinued after some time. For example, I am playing. I may stop playing after some time. I am singing. I am singing now. I may not sing after some time. She is walking. She may take rest after some time. So, what is going on at present? Playing, singing, and walking. It is the current situation. So, in this case, when some action is going on, but it is temporary and maybe discontinued after some time, we write this sentence in continuous form. Then we again discuss about certain mistakes. We are liking this movie. They are having a house. I am wanting to visit USA. In this case, like, have, and want are the stative verbs. They are not usually used in present continuous form. So these sentences are wrong. For some clarification, please note that verbs are of two types, that is active verbs and stative verbs. Active verbs are also known as dynamic verbs. Active verbs express a physical action. These are the verbs like run, jump, swim, cook, etc. On the other hand, stative verbs describe a state rather than an action. They often relate to thoughts, opinions, emotions, and mental state. They are the verbs such like feel, know, smell, touch, need, understand, imagine, have, love. So in case of stative verbs, we do not make the sentence of present continuous form. We use only active verbs in present continuous form. Other common mistakes which are oftenly found in present continuous tense. To be is missing. That is, am, or I, are is missing. She cooking food. As you know that here, while forming this sentence, we use subject, then is, am, are, then we take verb in the present form, then we add ing, then comes object. So subject here is she. So any of this is, am, are is missing. So it is she is. V1 is cook. Ing has been added. Object is there. So only problem with this sentence is that is missing. they not sleeping. Everything is okay in this sentence except is MR. Any of this is missing. So here we use they are not sleeping. 2B is incorrect. That is, any of this is MR is incorrect. Ram and Suresh, these are two persons, and in case of more than one person, we have to use R. So here we will cut R and will write it as Ram and Suresh are playing. Verb is incorrect here. In the next sentence, he is do his homework. So as you know, subject is okay, is given, do is the first form of the verb, and we will add ing. He is doing his homework. Then next example of other common mistake is spelling error. She is writing. When we convert write plus ing, it becomes writing. So we will remove E as told in the previous slide, that in case of certain verbs we have to delete E which is silent and we have to simply add ing. Next, she is lying. As told in the previous slide, in the certain verbs we have to delete ie and to add y plus ing. So ing is already there, and in place of ie we will opt for ing. She is lying. Here we do the practice of the sentence I go. So what we have told you, that whenever you use, we have to form a subject, you use subject, then is mr, then verb in its base form, and then ing. So we write it for here so that there is no difficulty while answering this question. So I go becomes I am going. Go becomes going. We wait. We are waiting. They play. They are playing. Then we have to convert these sentences into negative. We have to simply add not. They are, we will add here not. They are not laughing. He is not reading. Hina is not cooking. And in the case of interrogative sentence, as already told, we will take is mr to the start of the sentence, and the sentence will become is she sleeping, and r will come to first start of the sentence. Are we going to bazaar? But please note, at the last of the sentence you will have to mention interrogation sign, question mark sign at the end of the sentence, and r will come to the start. Are they purchasing a new house? Please don't forget to add question sign at the end of interrogative sentence. So here is practice 2. My son, as already told, we will add here is, and then will add ing. My son is playing in the garden. He is doing his homework. I, as already told, in the case of first person, we add am when the subject is I. I am cooking food at the moment. And as already told, in the case of subject, when it is you, you are to mention are. And agree becomes agreeing. Flee becomes fleeing. Die becomes dying. That is, you have to remove IE and to replace it by Y and also add ing. Visit becomes visiting. Admit becomes admitting. You will not hear that T has been doubled. Prefer R has been doubled and ing has been added. Begin becomes beginning. Double N has been made. In the case of swim, M has been doubled. You have to go through the various verbs in your notebooks or on Google and find out what are the various verbs and how they become when we add ing. That is how we will use any type of verb in the present continuous tense. That is how they will become. We have to learn or find out the same. Only practice can make us perfect. So always try to find out the real life situations and see what is the final result when you add ing in a base form of the verb. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course. Thanks.